All right, while I was editing this episode, I forgot to mention my announcements. First off, I want to thank everybody for congratulations on 300 subs. Now, I know it's never been done before. I'm expecting some sort of plaque. I think YouTube has to make it up. I'll let you guys know how that goes. Second, the movie submissions were excellent. I'm so glad I fucking asked that. Now, every single movie submission was good. It was well thought out, and there was quality there. Okay? Now, I saw a lot of movies I loved, and I even got some recommendations from a lot of you guys. Now, this is what I love to see. I love to see, the members of this cult intermingling, if that's a word, talking to each other about your favorite movies, giving suggestions. That's what I want. We're building a fucking community here. We all know that everybody thinks we're fucking crazy because we know it's ring season. But look, they don't fucking know. They don't watch the games like we do. It's kind of an us against them mentality. And it's a beautiful thing that we can come together in this cult and, like I said, form a community. So that brought a tear to my eye. Now, lastly, name submissions. A lot of fucking great ones out there. The two that were my favorite were Valley's Gate and Death Valley. Now, Death Valley, do I even need to explain why I like that? Because it's fucking badass. So shout out to Juntao the Great for that amazing fucking recommendation. And then Valley's Gate to me just sounds like some cult shit. It sounds like a real ass cult. Sounds like crazy ass people that dressed up in white robes and shit and drank the Kool-Aid, and their story didn't end that well. Now that's not what I want for us, obviously, but because it does sound like a real cult, it also sounds pretty badass. So I'm gonna leave a poll. Hopefully I can figure out how the fuck to do that. And you guys vote. I like both, so let me know what you guys think. Oh, and also I got a shout out to Ben for coming up with Valley's Gate. I actually think I saw a couple of you guys commenting that, but I like both. So like I said, I'm going to leave up a poll and the cult is going to vote. And maybe I'll have something special. Maybe I'll make something. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows where the future of this channel is going to go? But I think this intro has been long enough. I appreciate the love. Now let's get into this video. Alright guys, welcome back to more Ignorance in Basketball. Now it's just another day and another win. This was a great win because like I said in the last video, the first game back from a road trip is usually a trap game. It's a good opportunity to just fuck up a lead or do some bullshit and end up losing the game. And for a second, it looked like that's what the Suns were going to do. I know a lot of people have been talking about the fourth quarter scoring, but really, I always just thought that was kind of a road trip thing. I noticed that the team was getting really ISO heavy and wasn't really executing well, but I've seen this team execute really well in the fourth quarter plenty of times. Like I say, late game execution is crucial. So I didn't think that all of a sudden this team just couldn't fucking score in the fourth, and they proved that today. I'm kind of glad that this wasn't just an ass beating because I think it gave a lot of really good opportunities to guys who maybe wouldn't get it if it was just a blowout. Like Booker didn't really have a great fourth quarter. Chris Paul didn't really have a great offensive game at all. I mean, he finished with 12. He definitely didn't have a lot of points until the fourth. I feel like he had maybe like 4, maybe even 6 in the fourth. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but he definitely stepped up. But Crowder, even Ayton, he only finished with 13 and 14, which, I mean, that's pretty fucking good. But, like, it was a great game for Ayton. It was a really great game for Tory Craig and Crowder. Wow. And Dario. They all stepped the fuck up. But let's start with how the team played, and then we'll get into the individuals. Now, 37%, I'll round up, 38% from 3 seems like a lot better. We're getting there. We're not in the fucking I'm used to the 50s and the 60s from like early on in the season, but I get it. Still a bit of a trap game. And like I said, Booker and Chris Paul didn't have their best games. So Suns ended up shooting 51% from the field, which is muy bien. 38% from three, like I said, 83% from the free throw. They finished the game with 12 turnovers, which is probably what I think like their average is going to be. 50 points in the paint, 27 assists. It's about where they should be at, like high 20s, low 30s. With the assists is usually what I like to see. Now, they kept the Hawks to shooting 48% from the field, which isn't bad. The Hawks ended up shooting 41% from three, and 71% from the free throw. Now, I thought a lot of their three-point shooting was just kind of hot shooting. It wasn't like the Suns just weren't playing like any defense. Like a lot of those shots, especially late, were just tough, and they hit them. I mean, they have a fuck ton of shooters on this team. So I think the Suns just kind of did what they could defensively. I mean, they weren't amazing the entire game, but for like when you take in the circumstances of like just getting back from a road trip and all this stuff, I think they played really good defense today, especially late. So shout out to them for that. Now let's get into the individual performances. Ayton, like I said, ended up with 14 boards, 13 points, 2 assists. Now, he was fucking really good in the fourth. Like I said, if we can all feel comfortable shitting on this 22-year-old when he doesn't show up, we have to big the man up when he fucking shows up. And in the fourth quarter, he had a really fucking tough hook on Capella. He had a really crucial putback with like a minute or two left from a Devin Booker shot that I didn't love. He had a block, I think. Or I don't know. It may not have been a block. Whatever that Bogdan shot was when he was like right under the rim. I don't know if he blocked it. It kind of just looked like it just kind of fell into Ayton's hands. But he didn't fucking foul, and he got the board and he stopped the play. So I give him credit. I don't know if the guy just missed or what. But either way, I'm going to give him credit for that. He had the best fucking fourth quarter, I think, out of any starter. He was great. So shout out to you, Ayton. Dominating, you can call yourself that for tonight. We'll see how you do tomorrow, though, against the Bulls. Again, you got to face your boy twice. That's kind of fucked up, right? If they had just played the Magic one day later, they wouldn't have had to deal with fucking Vucevic, but now they got to deal with his ass twice. It's like a fucking ghost. He's coming back to haunt you. This is your chance. You're not that great at dealing with bigs that can shoot. Well, motherfucker, you got about a month to get good at it because there's a lot of good ones in the West, so get ready. Booker, like I said, didn't have a great game. He finished with 21, 3 and 3. I don't think he scored in the fourth at all. He definitely took some shots, but this is what I'm going to say about the Suns tonight. And as far as like how the game went in the fourth quarter scoring and all that shit. All I want to see in the fourth is obviously defense, a lack of turnovers, and the fact that they just keep playing. The thing that pissed me off about the road trip was that it was just Chris Paul, your turn, Devin Booker, your turn, and that shit does not work. The only player I think that can really get away with that is James Harden, and he's a pussy in the playoffs because that shit does not work. So it was really nice to see that they just kept running plays and they kept getting other teammates involved besides just Booker and Chris Paul. Like Bridges had that little fake where he had the dunk. Like I said, Ayton had the putback. Crowder with that huge three that basically just sealed the game, the and one at the end. Like that's what I want to see this team do because let's be real. It's ring season, of course, but the Suns are not the most talented fucking team in the NBA. So they need to play as a team at all times. You can't just rely on Devin Booker and Chris Paul to fucking bring it home for you. That's just the Nets can do that because they have two legit fucking closers on their team that can score over pretty much anybody. The Suns can't. They have to play excellent defense and they have to play as a fucking team and they just have to execute like goddamn military trained assassins. That's how well they have to play. The odds are stacked against them. They can definitely pull it off, but you have to play better than whoever you're playing against. Well, I mean, not every team, obviously, but when the playoffs come, like deeper rounds, like you're just gonna have to execute better than them. Chris Paul finished with 12 points, 8 assists, 3 boards, 31 minutes. He wasn't really he wasn't really aggressive offensively all night. I don't know. I think it was just kind of one of those days he just kind of took off. He's allowed to do that, and they still won. So I'm not mad at it. Bridges finished with 10 points, 1 assist, 5 boards. Now, Bridges, again, is a player I will just never be mad at. He's a fucking Swiss Army knife. He's just always in the right. It's crazy how young this guy is, but he plays like a fucking 10-year vet. He just knows where to be. He doesn't really make mistakes. He plays hard. He's just, like I said in the last video, he's going to have a very long career. And I guarantee you, Mikhail Bridges will have a championship before he retires. Multiple. I'm calling it. I think he's going to have at least 2 rings. Hopefully they're with the Suns, but I'm just saying he's the kind of player that could fit in with fucking any team. Now it's going to be tough to give the game ball to, because we had a lot of hoopers tonight. Jay Crowder, 19 points, 3 assists, 4 boards in 29 minutes. Great defense. He had that crucial steal on Trae Young late in the fourth. I didn't forget. Now talk about a fucking bounce back game, because this man was 0 for 9 from the field last game. I think it was 5 for 8 or something like that today. The man did his fucking thing. I have no complaints. You hit a bunch of tough threes. Obviously, like I said, you hit that huge 3. Great fucking defense all game. Jay Crowder, muy bien. Cameron Johnson, not anything amazing. 6 points, 1 assist, 2 boards. I think once Cam gets like more aggressive and starts driving, he's going to be so fucking good. That's like the only, if he just had a little bit of ball handling, I mean, he's sneaky athletic, but if he could just figure out a way to just kind of just get to the rim, just have like one move and a counter to it. He doesn't need to be anything crazy. He doesn't need to be fucking dropping people and shit, but he's more than just a 3-point shooter, and that's what he's playing like. But he's so athletic and so fucking big. He'll get there. I mean, it's like his fucking second year in the league. Tory Craig, again, I asked about the minutes the other day. He had a great game. 12 points, 1 assist, 8 rebounds in 19 minutes. It's really fucking good. And I think he missed like once, and he had like not really any bad fouls. I mean, he had like a couple fouls, but he was really good today. The cutting. Did he have a 3? I don't know. I feel like he may have had 1 3, but he had a lot of just cuts, just hustle plays, a lot of big rebounds. This is exactly what I expected. He was just going to play hard defense and help with the rebound. And anytime he scores over like 5 points, I see it as a bonus. So Tory Craig was huge tonight. Now Dario Saric, I think he gets the game ball, guys. I think he had his best fucking game of the year, of the season. 20 points, 2 assists, 5 boards in 18 minutes. He was 7 for 8 from the fucking field. This man went off today. I've been calling him out every game because, like I said, this man had not made a jump shot in like 6 games. And I was like, Dario, where are you? Did you switch fucking bodies with somebody? Do you have like a twin that's been playing for you that we don't know about, and he's fucking sitting on a beach sipping Mai Tais or some shit? Like, what is going on? I don't know. Maybe he switched back with his twin and came back, because this man went off and they needed every single point from him. So shout out to you, Dario. You played muy bien tonight. No complaints. Man was fucking excellent. Cameron Payne, 4 points, 5 assists, 4 boards. Now, like I will continue to say, I need Cameron Payne. Cameron, I know you're watching this, because what else would you be doing? I need you to average 11 points a game. I need you to average 11 and 4. I know you can do it, but I need you to average that. And lastly, but obviously not leastly, and that is a word, don't challenge me, 0 points, 1 assist, 1 board in 13 minutes for our friend Langston Galloway. And that is everybody that played. What did you guys think of the game? I thought this was a great fucking win. Again, it started to look like one of those days where it's like, oh, fuck, they're going to lose this lead again. While I was watching this game, this wasn't a game where the Suns just looked flustered or they just couldn't get it going late. It was just, I think they were just playing against a talented team. Like, Gallinari was just shooting threes over people. Bogdanovich was just making really tough shots. You know, it wasn't like the Suns just started turning the ball over and then the Hawks got it going. You know, it wasn't really that. So, I don't know. I think this was a really great game. I know they didn't win by 50, but I mean, you got to admit the Hawks are not a bad team. How long was their winning streak? Like fucking 6, 7, 8 games or something like that? So, I don't know. Like I said, let me know what you guys think. I thought this was a really great win. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.